Hey, this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about charging your clients based on time or per project. Okay, so today I'm coming to you from Arlington, which is a business park near Thiel. I was here for a networking event earlier today, and it's just a beautiful office park. For some reason, a lot of the office complexes around our area have lakes and ping pong tables. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. One day, I want Overpass to have an office where there's a lake and ping pong tables, but not yet. Anyway, so today I want to talk a little bit about pricing. Somebody asked me on the live stream a couple weeks ago, they said, I've been asked by a client to produce a game, how much do you think I should charge? And of course I was like, I really don't know how much you should charge. I guess it depends on the complexity of the game, right? Or what it is you have to do, right? I don't like to overcharge, right? I mean, there has to be a little bit of overage. There has to be a little bit of margin. You have to make sure that you can handle any scope creep or anything that comes along. So there's that. But I don't like to charge more than is necessary so that I actually lose the contract. And that might be something that may or may not be the right thing to do as a software developer, but you definitely don't want to undercharge, right? I've been in that situation before, and you have to be very careful when you're quoting for client work. Make sure you fully understand the project, and otherwise you'll end up in a situation where you're paying more for the project than the other person. So the person on the live stream said, I've seen other people charge $20,000 for a game. Do you think that's what I should charge? And I was like, I don't know. Find out what everything is, go through and try to think, how long is it going to take? How much design work is going to make, how much scope creep is likely, how much is not clarified enough, and make a quote based on that. See, there's two ways that you could charge. So you can either charge based on time and material or on a fixed price for the project. Everything that Overpass does is fixed price. But when I was a contractor, it was time and material. And I have some developers who work under time and material and some developers who work on fixed costs, right? And it all depends on how much you can clarify beforehand. As a contractor, I was doing based on time. So I was charging for my time, and no matter what the client asked me, yeah, I could do it. There was no kickback. Scope creep doesn't exist if you're on time and material, right? So if they ask for something additional, just say, okay, it's going to take another 5 hours. It's going to take another 2 days, whatever, right? And but for me, like if I'm hiring developers for a project, for a specific project, I want a fixed cost, which means we have to define everything as far in advance as we can. And also, because we charge fixed costs, we have to be worried about scope creep. We have to worry about developers taking longer than they should, projects overrunning. And it can be very, very stressful. So if you could get time and material, then do it. But I find that a lot of clients, they prefer to know what the costs are up front. They don't like to have surprises. They definitely don't like to have things go over budget. But sometimes they come up with new ideas, and sometimes you do have to say, sometimes I will absorb the cost of a scope creep, and sometimes just can't, right? It's just there's no way we could do this. And that's one of the reasons why I shy away from questions about how much should I charge. Eric, how much should I charge my clients? It's because I've gotten it wrong before. Oh my God, it's nothing more painful than paying more for a client's projects than they're paying for. Like you're practically doing all this work for free. You can't afford to pay the developers anymore because it's no longer in the budget. So you're the one there in the late hours of the night trying to get everything working, trying to get everything that you promised done. Every little thing, you think you can just add this little thing, right? And it happens. And maybe, I should say no more often. I know I should say no more often, but they're my clients. They came to me. I'm in their corner. They're my guys, right? I want their app to be the best that could possibly be. They want it to be the best it could possibly be. And sometimes you'll just go that extra mile to do it for them, but it sucks. So one of the reasons why I shy away from questions about how much should I charge is because it could be very emotional, right? You want to make sure that you're comfortable doing it, right? And also, and I said this before, anticipate scope creep. Scope creep is going to happen. At some point, they're going to see something and say, do you think we could just add this one thing? Or they're going to say, I was showing this to a friend and he wants, he said it would be a good idea to have this, or, we got a new marketing director and they said we absolutely need this, right? And you got to get comfortable with also saying, yes, absolutely, we could do that. I think that's a fantastic idea, but it's going to cost more. That's a change request. We're going to have to put that through. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about today is the difference between time-based and project-based. When I hire developers, a lot of times I'll pay for the project. When I hire my designer or when I hire the other people on my team, it's based on time, because I don't want any friction on, that's not what you asked for. That's not what you said. It's like, for me, I will pay based on time if we can't get the specifications right, exact in the beginning, and I will pay based on project if I think that we can, right? And if you're working for clients, it's something to think about. Are you going to be charging based on time, which is also a big sell if you can get your clients to agree with it, or are you going to be based on the project? And then you have to be competitive. So let me know what you guys think. How do you charge? If you do work with clients, how do you charge? You do it based on time? Do you do it based on project, and what works best for you? Anyway, it's a beautiful day here today. I hope you guys have a great day. That's it for today. I will talk to you again next time.